Hello, and welcome to the next screencast on how populations evolve. Let's go. We left off talking in the previous screencast about Hardy-Weinberg genetic equilibrium. And remember, I said there were like 5 conditions that had to exist for a population to not evolve. And that was that there were no mutations, that there was no gene flow, the population was very large, there was random mating, and there was no natural selection. Okay, so those are the things that make populations not evolve. So now we're going to look at what makes populations do evolve. Okay, and look, there are those 5 things that I just listed. Okay, so genetic variation, and we've talked about this many times, and we'll continue to talk about it for the rest of the year. Genetic variation makes evolution possible. So think about in the back of your heads all the places we can get genetic variation. Okay, when we get evolution is the change in allele frequencies in a population, and this is actually a special kind of evolution at a small, lower level called microevolution. Okay, so microevolution is what we're going to be studying in this screencast. And then the 5 major causes of evolutionary change basically violate those rules of Hardy-Weinberg genetic equilibrium. Okay, you do have mutations, you do have gene flow, you do have so genetic drift is about small populations. Tins. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. You do have non-random mating in real life. You do have natural selection. Okay, so we're going to go through each of these, and here we go. So we're going to start off with mutations. Okay, mutations are the original source of genetic variability. Okay, just randomly change your DNA, boom, there you go. Okay, so we can keep a population in equilibrium, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, if there are no mutations. Okay, but there are mutations. Most mutations occur during cell division when a cell makes a copy of its DNA. That's replication in S phase. S phase, don't forget about S phase. PHA-S. I've got to. My stylus broke, my fine point stylus. I've got to get more points for it. Replication S phase. There we go. Okay. Inherited mutations are rare, but they are important. Okay. And cumulative effect of mutations is essential to evolution. Right. And the other thing you have to remember about mutations is that they are not goal directed. Mutations are random. Okay. They arise spontaneously, and there's really no way to predict what's going to happen with them. Okay. They are not a result of or anticipation of environmental necessity. It's like, I think that it's going to start, the temperature is going to start escalating. I will spontaneously mutate and evolve proteins that will withstand higher temperatures. No, you can't do it that way. Okay. All right. So that's mutation. The second thing we're going to look at is gene flow. Gene flow, think about flowing, things flowing back and forth, moving water, blah, blah, blah. So gene flow is movement of alleles between population. So gene flow, that's just what I said. Gene flow is the movement of alleles from one population to another. Okay, and because you are moving alleles in and out of populations, this changes my allele frequency and therefore causes evolution. Okay, movement of individuals between populations is a common cause of gene flow. Okay, so that movement of individuals between populations, that's immigration. Did I spell it right? Maybe not. And emigration. Okay, immigration is when you move in. Emigration is when you move out. Alleles can move between populations if organisms don't. Plant Don't forget plants are organisms too. Pollen and seeds from flowering plants can blow into neighboring populations. They can be carried by animals, by birds, whatever. And that can help cause some gene flow. Okay. Evolutionary effect of gene flow is actually increases the similarity of different populations. So it makes them more alike by introducing genes from neighboring populations into neighboring gene pools. Okay. Mixing of alleles in this way prevents the development of large differences in the genetic compositions of populations. And in a couple chapters, we're going to talk about speciation, things that cause populations to become different species. And generally, speciation, you stop all gene flow, okay? Because gene flow keeps populations more similar, okay? That's pretty much what, and then the last one here is what I just said. If gene flow is blocked, the genetic differences may grow so large that one of the populations become a new species.